was about 9 years old. A Kmart special or something, and I was like, this thing's just not cutting it. I need something better. And I actually saved up. I had like $200 and I was really excited to buy a skateboard. But at the time, my parents wanted me to save my money. I snuck the money out of the piggy bank. I went to school. I gave the $200 to my friend and I was like, hey, could you go buy me a skateboard complete? This is what I want. And he told his mom that I gave him this money to go buy me a skateboard. And then she called my mom and then I got in trouble. And then my mom was like, hey, I'll just buy you a board. Like, you can save your money. I'll just buy you a complete. Just don't lie to me. I really liked that movie MVP, Most Vertical Primate. This kid like runs away from home and he meets this monkey, this chimpanzee, and teaches it how to skate. And he lives at a pool and him and this monkey just skate this pool. And then he like goes to this vert contest and the monkey's like skating the half pipe with like Tony Hawk and Bob Burnquist. And the monkey could actually skate like pretty good. I was just like, this is insane. It's basically a clamshell with a cradle inside of it. It's just a big oververt wave. I think it's about 16 feet tall. I had the idea and I grinded it before and I did a backsmith and a backside air on it before, and I just thought a back tail would work. Matt Price shot the photo. It's still to this day one of my favorite photos I've ever had. It's a weird obstacle and I was surprised I made it out. I was just in Myrtle Creek and there's like three loops in that skate park and one just happened to have coping that went around the outside. I thought that it'd be possible to just slappy grind it and just try to do it like I would do a loop and grind instead, and took a lot of tries I think, but it worked out and I was super stoked to do that. Yeah, Mark Scott from Dreamland Skate Parks has done so much over the years for skateboarding, and he's just an amazing person in general. One of a kind, you know, and I think we all owe that guy a huge thank you for what he's done. High energy, like so much fun to hang out with when we skate his bowl. He turns up the amp, has a super good playlist to skate to. I went to this ditch and I saw there was this loop at the end of it, and there was a rail at the beginning of it that you could grind. And I was with Chris Gregson and I was like, man, I really want to grind that rail, carve down the ditch, and then loop the full pipe at the end. That probably took me 3 or 4 trips driving from Oregon to California. Yeah, so growing up as a kid, we always had a wood carving establishment off the Highway 101, and it was called C Gulch. And it just looked like an old western town with towers, and we had donkeys you could ride through, like an amusement park, and just look at all of the cool carvings. There was like man-made ponds you could feed the fish, you could go fishing, you could check out Sasquatch, you could look at the cowboys, the Indians. There was just a little bit of everything, and all sorts of characters, and it was a cool place to grow up because it really let my imagination wander all over the place. Like I would think that these characters were real sometimes. So my grandpa, he carved a lot, and he got my dad into it. He got my uncles into it. He even sold a carving to Willie Nelson. And Dolly Parton gave a cowboy carving to Ronald Reagan when he was our president. And it was just cool, man. It was a really cool place to grow up. Yeah, I've done a couple, not much. I got one in the house I could pull out and show you guys. I carved a tree the other day. Yeah, I made a tree out of like some redwood cedar scraps that I found at the workshop with a chainsaw. And then I wrote Kowalskiland on it. So yeah, Yeah, Cody Lockwood did a nose grind over the double doors, and Chris Russell grinded through the whole deep end and then off the end to truck bash on his way in. That was pretty cool. Ben Rayborn did some really cool stuff, man. He was the one that kind of showed me that that tree branch over the bank wall was skatable. Yeah, airing up to a 50-50 stall on the branch and then popping back in just seemed to be the trick I wanted to try, and really scary and hard to figure out because I was just scared that the branch was going to break. I just got onto it and supported my weight, and I was just like, all right, I think this is going to work. Dave Swift shot the photo, and it ended up being the cover of the Skateboard mag. I was so happy, man. I didn't expect it at all. It was just like a big surprise.